Hello, my name is Novisa Gita Lastari. My student ID number is 6323111 and 9. Here I will be creating advanced English remedial video. Hi everyone. Today we are recording a special podcast video, and for our first 10-minute segment, we'll be discussing a very relevant campus issue, smoking on campus. Joining me today is Hannah. Hi, how are you today?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. Exactly, I'm really excited to discuss this because we see it every day on campus.
That's absolutely right. Before we dive deeper, let's see the context or campus health rules. But smoking is still a hot topic among students.
On your daily observation around campus, also including the smoking hot really is?
In my opinion, this problem is pretty visible. Even though there are general guidelines, you often see students smoking near the cafeteria, around the parking lot, or right outside the classroom hallways during break time.
I completely agree. Sometimes walking through those areas feels like walking through the fog. This brings us to a major debate. In your opinion, should the university ban smoking entirely across the entire campus, or is providing designated smoking areas a better solution?
A total ban sounds good for health, but realistically, people might secretly break the rules. In my opinion, establishing proper designated smoking zones that are far from main pedestrian path in a much more practical middle ground.
That makes sense. A dedicated space keeps the smoke confined, but let's talk about non-smokers. How do you feel when you have to start smoky areas just to get to class?
To get honest, is uncomfortable. Passive smoking is a real health concern, and the smell stick to your clothes all day. It's frustrating when you just want fresh air.
Right, so if a student feels bothered by smoke nearby, what is the best way for them to address it without creating drama or conflict?
Police direct communication work best. You can kindly ask them to move a bit, or if that feels awkward, you can inform campus security so they can handle it officially.
I love that. Either police direct talk or letting security handle it restfully. What kind of penalties should campus management enforce for repeat offenders?
A clear warning statement first, followed by like campus community service or small fines if they repeatedly violate the rules. The main goal should be raising awareness, not just punishing.
Will said respecting shared space is what matters more. Thank you so much, Hannah, for giving of our first segment. Welcome back to segment 2. Moving on, we are going to discuss public perception and expectation regarding the Indonesian police force. Joining me for this topic is Nanda. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. This is a very interesting topic for young adults like us.
Definitely, let's start with a spontaneous question. When you see a police officer on the road or in public, what is the very first thought impression that pops into your heart?
Honestly, my immediate reaction is a mix of caution and curiosity. If I am reading a motorcycle, I instantly double check if I have my driver license and helmet on, but overall they represent law and safety.
What is the biggest stereotype people have about the police force?
Many people intensely associate the police only with traffic fines or the option of their hard work behind the scene, like scheme, investigation, and community relief during disaster.
That's a fair point. Now, if you had the authority to reform or improve one specific area of our police system, like public service, traffic enforcement, or digital reporting, what will it be?
I would focus on digital transparency. Imagine if reporting a crime or lost item could be fully tracked through a mobile app with real-time update. It would build immense public trust.
That will be revolutionary. Speaking of technology, how significant do you think social media is today in shaping public trust toward law enforcement?
It's massive. Social media act as a public spotlight. Good deed by official go viral and boost trust. But anyway, misconduct also spread rapidly is encouraged the institution to stay accountable.
Public accountability definitely crucial nowadays. Finally, what step should be taken so that young adults feel safer and more comfortable approaching police officer whenever they need help?
More community outreach program like friendly campus visit, Q&A session, and affordable daily interaction. When officers feel like supportive community member, you won't hesitate to seek help.
Very insightful. Thank you so much, Nanda, for sharing your perspective on this topic. Hi everyone, welcome to our third segment today. We are discussing life after university, post-graduation planning, I am thrilled to have Septiansa here with us. Welcome!
Hello, great to be here. Preparing for the future is always an existing yet slightly never waiting to.
It really is. Looking at today's job market, what do you think is the biggest challenge for fresh graduates entering the workforce?
The gap between academic theory and practical industry demand employees today expect quick and detailed digital software literacy and strong community skill, community skill right from day one.
That is so true. Partial execution is key. As an accounting student, I often ponder whether to push a corporate path or start a business. Is it better for fresh graduates to secure a star corporate job first or take a risk with entrepreneurship?
There is no single right answer is independent or your professional goal and raise tolerance comfort job after starting learning and mentoring with entrepreneur flexibility and rapid problem solving experience.
How do you personality balance setting realistic career goals with following your personal passion?
I feel career and passion and this that can support each other. You can build and participate career for financial stability while flourishing your passion on the side until it becomes standard.
Great mindset. Lastly, what is one crucial skill outside of academic text job that every college student must will before graduation?
Networking and public speaking. Who you know and how efficiently you articulate your thoughts can open doors that regret alone cannot.
A fantastic reminder for all of us to keep building our soft skill before graduation. Thank you so much, Septiansa, for your valuable advice. Welcome to our first and final segment. In this topic, we are going to be completely honest and reflect on why take remedial. Joining me for this chat is Septiansa. Thanks for being here.
Thanks. Hi. Thank you for having me. Really respect how often you are about understanding this topic today.
Thank you. Belief setback are valuable learning moments. Have you ever faced an academic setback or failed a major test before, and how did you handle it mentally?
Oh, absolutely. Early one, I read an exam 224 fine management. I feel disappointed at first, but I realized feeling bad word changed to great. I needed a clear action plan.
When you realize you haven't performed well in a class, what is your immediate strategy to bounce back?
First, I avoided word thing when word was its lack of understanding for prevention or action existed. Then I consult my literature or fair and reboot my daily study rounds.
A structured evaluation helps a lot. For this remedial project, instead of a standard written exam, we are recording a 40-minute podcast video. How do you think this format helps us learn better?
Creating a podcast focuses you to really comforted and articulate topic in your own word rather than just memorizing for it's build the word English communication skill and confidence.
I completely agree. It turns a remedial test into a genius skill building opportunity. What key lesson about time management have you learned from past mistakes?
Never understanding math preparation time and avoid last minute cramming. Breaking big project into smaller daily tasks prevents burnout.
What a powerful lesson. Focus on long-term growth rather than temporary perfection. Thank you so much, Tiansa, and thank you to all our guests today. Thank you to our lecturer and everyone listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next video.
See you again.